You get paid on Friday. By Sunday, you're already doing math in your head. That sick feeling when you check your account and the number is already lower than you thought it would be. The way you hold your breath every time you swipe your card. The way you tell yourself every single month, next month will be different. And then next month comes. And it's the same. I'm Nova. I'm a single mom. And I lived in that loop for longer than I want to admit. Today, I'm going to tell you honestly why it keeps happening. And the exact shift that finally broke it for me. Not a budget spreadsheet, not a finance app. Something simpler than that. Something you can start before this video is over. Stay with me until the end. Because the last thing I share is the one that actually changed everything. Here's the thing. Nobody says out loud, living paycheck to paycheck as a single mom is not a spending problem. It's a margin problem. Margin means the space between what comes in and what goes out. And when you're the only income in the house, paying rent, childcare, utilities, groceries, car, phone, kids' stuff, all of it alone, there is almost no space. The margin is tiny. Sometimes it's gone before you even see it. So when someone tells you to just spend less or cut back on eating out, they're assuming you have slack somewhere to cut. A lot of us don't. The problem isn't discipline. The problem is that the numbers are genuinely tight and one unexpected thing, one car repair, one doctor visit, one late paycheck, wipes out everything you managed to save. That is not a character flaw. That is math. But here's what I want you to hear. There are things you can actually do. And I'm going to show you exactly what they are. The first thing I had to understand was this. You cannot fix a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle by trying harder. You fix it by changing the structure. Let me show you what I mean. Most of us think we know where our money goes. We don't. Not really. For 1 week, just 7 days, I want you to write down every single thing you spend. Not to judge yourself. Not to feel bad. Just to see. The coffee. The random Target run. The kids' school thing you forgot about. The extra data charge on your phone bill. Most people who do this are shocked. Not because they're spending on big things, but because the small things are constant. And constant small things add up to a large thing by the end of the month. You can't fix what you can't see. So see it first. 7 days. Every dollar. Then look at the total with open eyes. This is the shift that changed everything for me. I stopped budgeting what I had left over. I started telling my money where to go before it landed in my account. Here's how it works. The day before payday, or the morning of, sit down for 10 minutes. Look at what's coming in. Write down what needs to go out before anything else. Rent, utilities, childcare, groceries, transportation. Those come first, every time. No exceptions. What's left after that gets split into 2 places. A small amount goes to your safety net, even if it's $20. $20. That's it. The rest is what you actually have to spend for the rest of the pay period. When you do it this way, you stop the bleed. The money doesn't disappear anymore because it already has a destination before it arrives. I want you to look at your phone bill right now. Not because it's your biggest expense, but because for a lot of single moms, it is quietly one of the most overpriced lines on the whole budget. As of right now, prepaid plans from carriers like Mint Mobile, Visible, and Consumer Cellular offer full service, calls, texts, data, for as low as $25 to $35 a month. Check their current rates at their websites because prices do change. But the point is this, if you're paying $80 or $90 a month for your phone, you are probably paying $40 to $50 more than you need to. That's $500 a year. $500 is an emergency fund. $500 is 2 months of groceries. $500 is breathing room. Look at every recurring charge you pay monthly. Subscriptions, insurance, services. Ask yourself, am I still using this? Is there a cheaper version that does the same thing? Most people find at least $50 to $100 a month that can be freed up just by canceling things they forgot they were paying for. Here's why the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle is so hard to break. It's not just that money is tight. It's that every single emergency goes straight onto a credit card or wipes out the checking account because there's nothing sitting there to catch it. A car repair becomes debt, a medical copay becomes debt, a school trip becomes debt, and debt costs money. Interest adds up. The hole gets deeper. The only way to stop this is to build even a tiny buffer. I know that sounds impossible when there's nothing left, so I'm not going to tell you to save $1,000. I'm going to tell you to save $100, and then leave it alone. $100 sitting in a separate account, not your regular checking account, a separate one, changes the feeling of your finances completely. It means one small emergency doesn't spiral. It means you have something between you and the next crisis. Start with whatever you can. $10 a week is $500 in a year. Automate it if your bank lets you. Set it and forget it. Even if you have to dip into it sometimes, you build it back. The habit is what matters more than the amount. I've only scratched the surface today. There's so much more that goes into actually shifting out of this cycle, including how to handle the months when nothing works and what to do when the budget just doesn't balance no matter what you try. I put together a guide called Still Standing. It's specifically for single moms, and it has a full chapter on the budget system I use on one income. It breaks it down into 4 simple buckets so you always know where your money should go, and it walks you through what to do when the numbers don't stretch far enough. It also covers 7 government programs that could free up hundreds of dollars a month that you may not even know you qualify for. Link is in the description if you want it. This one isn't about money, but it matters just as much. A lot of us are walking around with a story in our heads that sounds like this: I'm just bad with money. I'll never get ahead. This is just how it is for people like me. That story is a lie, and I need you to hear that clearly. You are not bad with money. You are managing an impossible situation with very few resources and very little support. Those are completely different things. The paycheck-to-paycheck cycle is not a personality trait. It is a pattern, and patterns can be changed. Not overnight, not perfectly, but step by step, with the right structure, they change. Every single step you take toward a different financial picture is real. $20 in a savings account is real. One subscription canceled is real. 1 week of tracking your spending is real. Those things compound. I want to say something before we wrap up. If you've been living paycheck to paycheck for a long time, there's a good chance it started to feel like that's just who you are. Like it's permanent. Like no matter what you do, the money will always run out before the month does. I understand that feeling. But I want you to consider something. You have been managing an incredibly tight situation, alone, for a long time. You've been keeping kids fed and housed and going to school on an income that most financial advice assumes 2 people are managing together. You have been doing something genuinely hard and doing it without nearly enough support. That is not evidence that you're failing with money. That is evidence of how strong you are. You are not behind. You are rebuilding. And rebuilding looks like this: 1 small change this week, 1 more next week. Not a complete overhaul, not perfection. Just 1 step that your future self will thank you for. Check your phone bill this week. Track your spending for 7 days. Move $20 somewhere safe. That's it. That's the start. And the start is everything. If you have a friend right now who is stuck in that same loop, the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle that feels impossible to break, send her this video. Don't wait until the right moment. Just send it. She needs to hear that it's not her fault and that there is a way through. And tell me in the comments, what is the one thing in your budget right now that you wish you could change? The one line that stresses you out the most every month. I read every single comment and I want to know what you're dealing with. I'm Nova. The cycle can be broken and you're already closer than you think. I'll see you in the next one.